Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center, this is TV6 News at 10.
From frozen power lines to all this new snow, tonight the Quad Cities is digging out from a Super Bowl snowstorm.
Typically a big night to go out.
We had a handful of people early on, despite the weather, but it kind of slowed down.
Tonight, many staying in across the QCA, hunkering down and leaving many local businesses empty.
And as the game heated up, the snow started to slow, but new concerns now. Blowing and drifting snow and ongoing power outages impacting many of you tonight.
It's pretty cold to lose power, so yeah, we'll be freezing.
This developing story tops your news at 10 tonight. Good evening. I'm Gary Mativier.
And I'm Elizabeth Goodsit. As the snow piles up, it starts to blow around. Some in our area, like Rock Island County, have pulled their plows off the roads tonight. It is a dangerous combination. Heavy snow now blowing and drifting across the roads, making for a miserable night across the QCA.
We have team coverage tonight on this winter storm. KWQC's Kai Edwards on the conditions of the roads out there right now.
Katie Alexander is covering power outages with concerns more could come overnight.
And we begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Eric Maitland with the very latest on the storm and what we could expect next tonight. Eric?
Well, probably something that a lot of you are looking forward to, the end of the snow. And we can see the back edge of the snow just along the Mississippi. Most areas in Iowa now snow-free, except a little batch that's just west of the Metro Quad Cities on Interstate 80. And a lot of our Illinois counties now starting to dry up as well. Look at our skies starting to clear. Now, the combination later tonight and into the morning of clear skies and fresh snow will mean very cold temperatures as we kick off our Monday. But the best news, we're going to get rid of that wind, so at least we'll be able to clean up this snow without much blowing and drifting outside tomorrow. 13 in the Quad Cities right now, 14 in Muscatine, 13 in Galesburg, and 12 in Galena with 11 in Dubuque. But look at the wind chills. Now, if you have some shoveling to do tonight, make sure you wrap yourself up. We've got wind chill temperatures below zero in many locations. It feels like 5 below in Galesburg and 5 below in Dubuque. So by morning time, we take our low to 1 degree, but with less wind. Even though we'll still have a breeze, our wind chills will be anywhere between -5 and -15. It doesn't take a lot of wind at those temperatures, and we only get back to the teens tomorrow afternoon. At least we'll have some sunshine.
Well, many of you decided not to take on the elements today, instead staying inside.
Yeah, and that meant for a busy night for local restaurants and deliveries. Kai Edwards continues our team coverage tonight with that part of the story. And Kaya, the delivery drivers really earning their money out there tonight.
They were working really hard, and right now on Kimberly and Brady, it's almost a little bit hard to tell if it's still snowing because a lot of the snow from earlier today is drifting out onto the roads. You can kind of see it blowing around here, and a lot of drivers, because of that, are taking it really easy, driving pretty slowly tonight. And today, food delivery drivers were doing the same thing, but others say they were just fine out there keeping up with the demand. Delivery drivers are on the move, getting food to customers despite the snow.
When the weather's like this, for me, it's just a little bit more fun.
But Wendell Freeman says he's seen a lot of cars sliding around today.
I definitely see a lot of people getting caught up on the side streets trying to, turn left and right.
For him, though, driving has been just fine, thanks to a strong strategy.
2011 Jeep Wrangler, it works great for me just because I have four-wheel drive and I run to every house, so I'm never outside too long.
But sometimes certain stops make the job more challenging.
The main thing with the people is they just haven't got outside to get their porches and stairs done yet, so I'm stepping in like a foot of snow, coming back to the store, covered in my shins, wet.
Still, he says it's all worth it.
You gotta be fast on your feet, not on the street.
The customers are impressed with his work.
A lot of people are just like, wow, that was freaky fast, even though, it's still snowing and super bad outside.
Freeman says Jimmy John's actually hasn't been too busy today, but at Happy Joe's in Bettendorf,
obviously with the Super Bowl happening, we're extremely busy here.
Pizza and wing sales have been good.
I'd say probably 20% busier than we usually are.
Even though they've had to cut back on deliveries.
It's hard to get out to those rural areas, but definitely inside the city, we've still been able to make our way.
But plenty of the customers they haven't been able to get to have managed to come to the restaurant instead.
We are out the door with our pickup window. We got cars wrapped around our building. We're grateful to residents for that.
Grateful and happy to serve.
We're still plowing through and trying to make the best of it.
Even on this snowy Super Bowl Sunday.
I definitely enjoy my job. That's why I do it.
And a lot of drivers at that Happy Joe's have taken SUVs out on their deliveries. The head coach there says they took a little bit longer today because of all of this snow. Much like we're seeing here on the roads, again, cars are taking it easy, going pretty slowly. And a reminder, of course, to all drivers to drive carefully out there, no matter what kind of vehicle you have, and make sure to leave plenty of room for those snow plows so that they can do their job. Live in Davenport, Kaya Edwards, KWQC, TV6 News.
Kaya, thank you. We can see in that shot there the ice forming tonight, too. There's a good amount of slush under some of that snow. This is what some of that heavy snow can do. This is the Ambrose Dome on Brady Street. It collapsed. Part of it did this afternoon, apparently under the weight of all the snow. 2 holes ripped in the skin of the dome's roof, causing that to deflate. No one was inside during the collapse.
Well, a big problem a lot of us have been dealing with in this storm, power outages. The latest numbers show about 2,000 Mid-American customers in the Illinois and Iowa Quad Cities without power at this point. KWQC's Katie Alexander joins us now live from Brady Street Hill. And Katie, crews will be very busy really all night trying to get everyone's power back on.
Well, Elizabeth, this is the cause of a lot of the power outages. It's very wet snow, and that is heavy, weighing down the power lines and weighing down the tree branches, which have been snapping and taking down power lines when they fall. And the wind that has been picking up tonight, blowing in our faces right now, that is making the situation that much worse. Mid-American crews are doing all they can to clean up the lines and get the power back up, and more crews from other states are coming in to help. At this house we're seeing here in Bettendorf that they went to tonight, a big challenge was just getting the equipment through the deep snow to try to cut the fallen branch free. The homeowner there says he's grateful for their efforts.
I'm sure they're overwhelmingly busy, so yeah, they're doing a great job. They're doing what they can.
We'll be out all night. We'll be out all night. And, you know, it's going to be one of these things where we see our numbers go up and we're going to see them go down until the wind settles down and the snow finally, you know, falls and it's settled.
In the meantime, be patient and stay away from the power lines. They're also asking people to continue to report power outages in their area so that crews can be dispatched. Mid-American does hope to have power on for almost all customers by midnight tonight, but there will be some customers who will likely still be without power through 1 o'clock tomorrow. Probably about 500 customers in that position. Live in Davenport, Katie Alexander, KWQC.
And of course, when weather like this hits the QCA, that means a lot of cancellations and delays. We've compiled a list on our website, kwqc.com. It includes information on snow emergencies and city services. And stay up to date on the latest conditions and forecasts by downloading the free KWQC weather app to keep the TV6 weather team with you wherever you go. And tune in to Quad Cities today starting at 4:30 for the latest cancellation information. Now, the weather wasn't a problem in Arizona this afternoon. Thousands of fans crowded around the University of Phoenix Stadium ahead of the Super Bowl. The 70,000-seat stadium was completely full. Even more people outside tailgating and enjoying the sunshine. But the real excitement was inside the stadium. So let's send it over to TV6 Sports Director Joey Danya and a pair of NFL talents from right here in the QCA to break down what really was an amazing game, Joey.
Yeah, Elizabeth, certainly was. It's America's biggest game. I couldn't do it alone, so we've got Julian Vandervelde from the Philadelphia Eagles and Alex Tanney from the Tennessee Titans here to break it all down. And Julian, it was a pretty good game, I guess.
Oh, it was a phenomenal game. I mean, it was everything that I think everyone hoped it would be. No blowout, certainly back and forth, a lot of physical football. One of the better games that we've had in years.
Yeah, unbelievable. Let's get right to the finish of this one. And what a finish it was in Arizona. Patriots trailing with just over 2 minutes to play, but not anymore. It's Tom Brady to Julian Edelman for the go-ahead score. Pats up 28-24. Robert Kraft likes it. He loves it. Still plenty of time for Seattle. 2:02 on the clock. Here come the Seahawks. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kersey. Juggles it, but Julian, what an unbelievable catch this was.
Phenomenal catch. It really kind of reminds me of Favre to Freeman back in 2000, that overtime Monday Night Football game. And I got to say, the kind of focus and concentration that takes, very impressive.
20 seconds to play. Seattle had it on the 1-yard line. They throw it. Russell Wilson picked off by Malcolm Butler. And that's your ball game, guys. Seattle had a timeout to use. You've got Marshawn Lynch, one of the best and most powerful running backs in the game, and yet they opt to throw the ball there. Alex, what do you think about that very questionable decision?
You know, you think in that situation they might have a pass-run check where they get to it depending on what they're in, and it didn't really seem like they're in a goal line front, so it was definitely surprising to see them choose to choose to throw the ball, especially when you got Marshawn Lynch back there, probably the best running back in the NFL.
Yeah, it's a very questionable decision, one that Seattle is going to be thinking about for a long time to come. We're just getting started with our coverage of Super Bowl 49 here. Much more with these two coming up later in sports, including expert analysis and post-game reaction.
All right, thank you, guys. We want to analyze the food, too, because on all this snow day comes a day tailor-made for staying inside and eating. It may be no surprise to you, Super Bowl Sunday is the second biggest day of food consumption in the U.S., just behind Thanksgiving. And the food on everyone's mind, probably not much of a surprise either. We're going to break that down. Even though much of the partying is done, we're going a little deeper into what many of you are perhaps digesting right about now. Let's talk about first off here, the most consumed food for the big game, and that would be right there, of course, buffalo wings. 1 billion of these little guys eaten on this day alone. That's a lot of chicken wings. Now, pretty high up on the list as well, potato chips. They come in really high. We're talking about laying them end to end here. 293,000 miles of potato chips on this day alone. Let's go to some healthier options here. Avocados, very popular choice right now. Spread out across a football field, we're talking 11.8 feet deep worth of avocados eaten on this day. We got to wash that down too, right? We got to wash it down with some beer. Some people choose to do that. Enough beer here to fill 493 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And what about tonight and tomorrow? Well, that's when this comes into play. A big jump in sales for antacids, up 20% Monday. And speaking of Monday, some of you might be thinking about maybe calling in, not going to work tomorrow. Well, in fact, 7 million people may come up with some kind of excuse not to go to work. And of course, what does that mean? That means more antacids for the coworkers and bosses out there.
Oh my gosh, they're everywhere and they're huge.
Still to come at 10, it is the return of QC Tough Jobs with Morgan Otier, and this one will probably make your skin crawl when she goes along with a bedbug exterminator.
And thanks to the depth of the snow on the ground and clearing skies, it's going to be a return to the cold weather over the next few days, and that starts with no hesitation tomorrow. Well, it is Monday. We'll have your latest first alert forecast coming up.
Shakespeare in Love?
No. What is the full Monty? Our writers were getting cute.
Weekdays at 4:30 on TV6.
Wisconsin, birthplace of the hamburger, frozen custard capital of the world, and home to Culver's. Bacon Deluxe Chocolate Shake, that's our signature combination. Fresh, never frozen, seared Midwest beef, topped with hardwood smoked center cut bacon. Bacon makes everything better. Our shakes start with a premium vanilla custard. Then we add rich, thick chocolate, handcrafted right before your eyes. Bacon and chocolate, what could be better? Welcome to Delicious.
A couple of years ago, I had a ruptured Achilles. Ruptured Achilles, no surgery. All I got was a plastic boot, some pain pills, prescription, $500.
That's a hit.
Now, with the Affordable Care Act, I can go to the doctor anytime I want to. Okay. I was able to get a checkup on my Achilles.
But is it as easy as they say?
It took about 20 minutes for them to sign me up. Okay. To have people there that can help you do it. I'll be out here another 50 years if I can, God willing. We just got to do it, man, and we got to do it sooner than later.
Okay.
All day long, you have been sending us your photos chronicling this very snowy Super Bowl Sunday. Now, take a look. This one sent to us by Lance from Bettendorf, and you can see tree branches down over power lines. It's a problem across the area today, leaving thousands in the dark this morning and, of course, still tonight. And here in Davenport, heavy, wet snow just weighing down everything, damaging trees and yards and sometimes homes and vehicles. This branch in Rock Island snapping near the base of the tree trunk, covering 2 cars. And this photo from Liz in Command shows just how much snow was on the ground. This was taken hours before the snow even stopped. You can see more photos at KWQC.com. You can also submit your pictures by emailing news@KWQC.com or catching up with us on Facebook and Twitter at KWQC News.
And now, the Quad City's most reliable forecast with Chief Meteorologist Eric Maitland.
All right, who's got 2 thumbs and needed to cut up a tree before he got out of his driveway? Yeah, this guy. And I know a lot of you are appreciative of that because you think, hey, the weather guy called it. He should have to deal with it. Oh, believe me, we all dealt with it today. We dealt with a lot of snow, but you can see our visibility is getting a little bit better now that the snow is tapering off. After how much? Well, this much. How about 13.5 inches at the airport in Moline, at least for now. That will go down as the official Quad City total when the snow wraps up, which it pretty much is doing. We might add a few more tenths of an inch to that total. But look at Princeton, Illinois, 15.3 inches, just over a foot, officially in Dubuque. Sterling at about 15 inches. Clinton, 13. Anamosa, 13. Morrison, Illinois, a foot of snow, as well as Charlotte and Washington. And a few more area totals for you, even down to the south. 4 inches in Industry in McDonough County, 9 inches in Burlington, 7.5 inches in Denmark, Iowa. To the north we go, 12.5 in Bacocata, 12.8 inches in Muscatine, 10.5 inches in Mount Carroll and Cambridge as well. So if you are shoveling tonight, the only thing I have to say is be ready for some wind conditions out there that'll cause those wind chills to be below zero pretty much for the rest of the night. Even though the wind will start letting up, it's going to be matched by quite a falling temperature. So by midnight, most areas will be snow free. Again, the wind will settle down, but we'll still hold on to winds of about 5 to 10 miles per hour by morning. Combined with the cold temperatures, that is enough to give us those sub-zero wind chills. It's going to be cold tomorrow. Even though we get the sunshine out, it's going to look a lot warmer from the inside of your window because outside temperatures are only going to top off in the teens, and more snow on the way this week. We have a few little systems, a handful of systems that'll swing by, and by Wednesday we could add maybe a couple, 3 inches of snow to what we've already got. Most areas snow free right now. One little batch west of the metro that's moving our way right now. Temperature wise, mainly in the teens, but we still have those winds coming due in from the north at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Gust still around 25 to 30 miles per hour, so our wind chills already sub-zero. Feels like 1 below in the Quad Cities, 5 below in Dubuque and Macomb. And again, later tonight, that wind chill drops to between -5 and -15 over much of the area. Clear skies now. We've actually got those in the Metro Quad Cities. Just peeked out the window. Some snow drifts on the ground, some stars and the moon up top. And there you can see as we go through the night, the clouds will continue to clear. So that sets us up for a sunny but cold Monday. Highs in the teens. Clouds come back later. As a matter of fact, tomorrow night, we could see a few flurries move on by. The snow ending, 1, our low, 14. That's all we do for a high tomorrow. Mostly sunny and chilly. Lighter winds, though. They'll go to the southwest at about 5 to 10. The clouds swing through tomorrow night. Might give us a flurry or two. And then some sunshine during the day on Tuesday. Tuesday night, another system swings on through, mainly our northern counties. That could produce up to an inch. And there you saw on Wednesday, a system quickly moves by that might be a little bit farther north. If it is, we look for about 2 to 3 inches from that system. Temperature-wise, definitely cooler the week ahead because of the snow on the ground. By Thursday morning, 6 below. Highs, though, try to recover by next weekend. Another chance of snow on Sunday.
See that little bug just crawl across
that? Oh, it just makes you want to itch.
Hey, tonight on Quad City Tough Jobs, KWQC's Morgan Otier works to eliminate a massive bed bug infestation alongside quick kill pest exterminators.
Yeah, bed bugs are really a problem running rampant in the Quad Cities. Pest control crews say it is just spreading. It is getting worse. And these are really nocturnal insects. They are drawn to the carbon monoxide you breathe out while you sleep.
That's comforting. Now, we do want to warn you, some of the video you're about to see is a little graphic. Check it out.
Bed bugs feed exclusively on blood. They prefer a human source. This is probably the highest infestation in the house.
Yes.
Probably where the source started.
That's just horrifying. So he's
been sleeping on this every night except for the last like 2 or 3 days. So as you see, all of this spotting is all blood.
That's blood.
Every bit of it is all blood. And you can see one is looking for food right now. And then one here.
Oh my gosh, they're everywhere and they're huge. No, I've never seen anything like that before. And I've never seen a bed bug before.
You see all of that falling out?
There's a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So there are the adult bed bugs right there.
Oh! I'm gonna vacuum off everything on this outer sheet thing.
The encasement? Yes.
The encasement, okay.
All right. So what we'll do is have you suit up with a vacuum.
Okay. Bug buster.
Everything that's crawling around, you want to suck them up.
Okay.
And then also we will go around the edge here and we will make sure we get everything.
Okay, how do I turn it on?
So it's all the way back here. We'll pop it on. Ready?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Ah!
So let's get this big cluster of bed bugs.
Okay, that is quite the cluster.
Oh, wow. Holy.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Everything here is moving.
Oh, that makes me sick.
You see that one's engorged?
Oh, engorged.
Do you see how it's a different shape? It's more oval?
Yeah.
So it has fed more recently.
Oh, it's gross. There's no other way to explain it. It's just gross, and it's so unfortunate that it happens to innocent people all the time. If you have one guest come over, maybe spend the night at your house, and that person brought with them a couple of bed bugs, you have a problem on your hands. This seems like a huge job. I mean, this seems like there's a big infestation here.
Yes, there is, and it's very time consuming, and you have to take your time.
Okay.
If you come in here and blow through the job, there is a lot that you're going to miss.
So this is our bed bug fighting tool today.
Yes, this is one of the many tools, and this is the one that we are going to be using in particular today. This is the steam generated unit. You take that groove and you run it along the seam. And you go real slow and let that heat penetrate the area. So just like that.
Okay.
Would you like to give it a try?
Yeah. Whoa! Steaming it, that is a long and tedious process because you want to do it right the first time. You don't want to miss a single one of those bugs.
Go just a little bit slower. Remember, patience. And go a little bit slower because you want that steam to penetrate.
I feel like it's hard to go slow.
Patience.
I don't have patience. I want them all to die right now.
Perfect. All right. You can shut that off and take a look at what you killed.
Okay.
What do you see in there?
Dead.
A lot of death, that's true.
Yeah.
So there are many babies and adults and eggs.
And eggs.
And all of them, as you can see, are dead. Just falling off.
Promise?
Promise.
I'm itchy. I'm itchy. There's a huge fear that I'm taking these home with me today.
You most likely won't have anything on you because you're wearing a white suit. You're going to see anything that's possibly crawling on you.
Okay.
So that's the process we usually
Unless
take.
it's in my hair.
Unless it's in your hair.
This for me was probably the grossest tough job that I've done so far.
You got a good look into what we do every day.
Yeah.
You've got to kill a few of them. And you also got to see what potentially could happen if you developed a bedbug infestation without taking care of it.
Yeah.
So I would give you an A+ for effort.
I would consider this to be frightening, tedious, eye-opening, and a little bit emotional. You don't like to see people having to deal with this, so thank goodness there are people that come in and help out.
See, I got the white shirt, so I'm covered. I don't know about you.
No, I'm going home and checking every piece of furniture before I go to bed. Now, a bedbug treatment, a pest control service like we just saw, Quick Kill Pest Eliminators, can vary in cost depending on really how bad that infestation really is.
Yeah, anywhere from like $500 to maybe a few thousand. Well, from this, we're going to scratch the surface of the football game a little bit more, have our experts standing by.
We'll be right back.
Hurry in for hot savings on these Hy-Vee hot deals and more. Lay's potato chips, only $1.48. Hy-Vee medium single topping pizzas, just $5.88. Plus get an 8-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver discount. Fresh ground beef, only $2.99. Nabisco snack crackers, 3 for just $5. Jack's pizzas, only $1.99. And Pepsi 12-pack cans, 4 for just $10. Check out these Hy-Vee hot deals and more this week at Hy-Vee.
Life is a journey, guided by decisions from the people you trust. We all need someone to help us find the right path.
Good night.
DoTrack helps families understand the value of saving, of making the right choices so dreams can become realities. And as those dreams grow, DoTrack has the resources to grow with you. Experts who'll work with you to give you the advice, services, and products that are best for you and your family. So if you're going to dream, dream big. DoTrack is the place.
How's that 4G LTE? Hold on. You sure you got service? Yeah, I've got US Cellular. Okay, here it is. Pretend you're a tree.
US Cellular built coverage way out here, so you can search the web in a pinch.
I can't believe the tree thing worked. What was your backup plan? Tower on you.
4G LTE towers where you don't expect it. National coverage where you most need it. US Cellular.
Tonight, a first look at a TV6 investigation, a crash that will stick in their minds for the rest of their lives. 10 students tumbled around a Louisa Muscatine school bus in November when its driver lost control and rolled the bus into a ditch. Now, for the first time, hear those students' stories and see video from inside the bus during the crash.
All I could see is all my friends like flying around. That was just like the really terrifying part.
You don't think about putting your kids on the bus, you just do it.
That's what we've taught the kids is put your seatbelts on.
Yeah, over the next 3 days, TV6 Investigates will bring you the full stories from those students. Plus, could school bus seatbelts have helped in this type of crash? And what we found when we dug into the driver's background. TV6 Investigates starting tomorrow night at 10.
Still to come in sports, former Hawkeye Julie Vandervelde and former Monmouth quarterback Alex Tandy joining us for a little Super Bowl analysis. Stick around, you won't want to miss that next.
The news is sponsored in part by Farm & Fleet.
Discover quality name brand automotive products priced to save you money. Simply take a trip to Blaine's Farm & Fleet. For dependable performance, count on Cooper tires. And right now, select Cooper tires are on sale. Plus, get up to a $50 Farm & Fleet gift card by mail when you buy a matching set of 4. And pick up a new Farm & Fleet Platinum automotive battery. Just $86 after exchange. For unbeatable automotive deals and more, count on Blaine's Farm & Fleet.
With winter weather here, there is no better time to download the KWQC app to your smartphone or tablet. Check out the latest first alert forecast, radars, and 7-day forecast so you can stay safe when the weather doesn't. Get up to the second school closings and live traffic reports no matter where you are. And you can also see the latest national and local headlines, breaking news, and stream video. The KWQC app, available for your iPhone and Android.
You're watching sports with Joey Danya.
Well, Super Bowl 49 is an instant classic, a great game with an unbelievable finish. Alex Tandy and Julian Vandervelde here to break it all down. And Alex, no doubt this will go down as one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time.
By far one of the best ones we've ever seen, and it came down to the wire, and you could tell both teams were prepared, and New England made a play at the very end of the game and gave them the win.
Let's get right out to the desert for highlights from Glendale, Arizona. Russell Wilson and the Seahawks looking to become the first back-to-back champs since Tom Brady and the Patriots did it 1 decade ago. New England marching right down the field on its second possession of the game. On 3rd and 6, Brady picked off by Jeremy Lane in the end zone. A rare mistake from Brady there, Alex.
Yeah, you could tell he had some pressure in his face. I'm sure it's a throw he wants back, thinking about tonight. Just kind of forced it in there and made a bad decision.
Yeah, Lane would injure his arm on the play. He'd miss the rest of the game. They were scoreless into the second quarter, and then Brady finds Brandon LaFell for the touchdown. Patriots up 7-0, and that score would hold until late in the first half. Russell Wilson hadn't completed a pass until this drive with about 4 minutes to go. Remember Chris Matthews, Julian? Yeah,
Not before this game.
He's the guy who came up with Seattle's onside kick in the NFC Championship. This is his first career reception in the NFL. Unbelievable, 44 yards, and then it's Marshawn Lynch capping off the drive. He won't speak to the media, but he'll let his game do the talking. 15 carries for 70 yards in the first half. Game tied up at 7. Less than 2 minutes later, New England answering right back. Rob Gronkowski beating the linebacker KJ Wright. Tom Brady finds him for the tutty. And that didn't seem like a good matchup there for Seattle defensively, Alex.
No, they got in a slot formation there, gave a man zone identification. They checked to a go right there with Gronk out there, matched up on a linebacker.
Seattle answers right back. Guess who? Chris Matthews, making his name known after a slow start to this one. There's 3 touchdowns scored in the final 2 minutes and change. They went to the locker room tied at 14. Well, the first half was good, and the second half was incredible. Third quarter. Wilson on play action, finding a wide open Doug Baldwin, completely wide open in the end zone. Seattle takes a 10-point lead, 24-14. Tom Brady doesn't look happy. Fourth quarter, it's Brady to Danny Amendola. Patriots cut the deficit to 24-21. Same score with just over 2 minutes to play. Brady to Julian Edelman for the go-ahead score. Pats up 28-24. But still lots of time for Seattle. 2:02 on the clock. Robert Kraft is pumped up, but here come the Seahawks. Russell Wilson airing it out. Jermaine Kearse juggles it, but what an unbelievable catch here, Alex.
Yeah, you know, he knew he had the matchup outside. The ball went up in the air and came down with it, made a great play.
So Seattle has it here from the 1-yard line, and they opt to throw it. Russell Wilson picked off by Malcolm Brown, and that's your ball game. Patriots win Super Bowl 49, 28-24. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, Super Bowl champs for the 4th time. And the lasting image from this game is really going to be that interception there from Brown, a very questionable play call there with Marshawn Lynch, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Julian, what's your take on this play call?
Well, I think when you get down to a situation like that, game's on the line, you're down there in the red zone, generally you think, you know, you want to go to your bread and butter, and the bread and butter of the Seattle Seahawks is running the ball with Marshawn Lynch. You've got a great offensive line, that close to the goal line with arguably the best running back in the game of football right now. I don't understand the play call, but that's not my call to make. That's their call to make, and they'll have to live with it.
And here we are once again, Tom Brady, a Super Bowl MVP. This guy's legacy is already uncanny, and here's a guy who might have a couple more rings for his fingers when it's all said and done. Alex, as a quarterback yourself, where does Brady rank among the all-time greats?
I mean, you got to put him up there, you know, with Manning, L.A., Montana, all those guys, and you could tell they had a great game plan going into the game. They had, you know, McDaniels and Belichick put together a good plan, and they knew they were going to get a lot of man coverage, and they got in a lot of motions. They get in stacks and bunches to kind of create separation for those guys in man coverage, and those guys made plays once they got the ball in their hands.
Yeah, Brady now, he tied Joe Montana and then passed him in this Super Bowl for the most Super Bowl touchdowns in a career. Unbelievable stuff from Tom Brady. What a fun time it's been watching Tom Brady for the New England Patriots. Well, what a game, and what a great job out of these two guys. For Julian Vandervelde and Alex Tanney, I'm Joey Dania. Well, still ahead, our team coverage of Super Bowl 49 continues. Ben Rosehart with post-game reaction from both locker rooms.
Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/KWQC News.
Don't miss the big sale at Furniture Row. You'll find incredible deals store-wide on dining sets, sectionals, and more. We're making room, and when we make room, you save big. The big sale, on now at Furniture Row.
It's the 21st Annual Auto Show, February 6th through the 8th. See the hot 2015 models and some 2016. Cars, trucks, hybrids, vans, crossovers, SUVs, and performance cars. Saturday, balloon makers and face painting. Plus, kids can meet Pete the Purple Bull. Sunday is B100 Family Day. Meet Bubba the Alligator and more exotic animals. Plus, fun with balloon artists, face painting, and a jumpy house. Get out of the cold and enter the world of autos, February 6th through the 8th for this year's auto show at the River Center in downtown Davenport.
Bush Construction presents the 2015 Martini Shake-Off, benefiting the Have-Life Foundation. Enjoy martini samples and delicious appetizers as your favorite Quad Cities establishments compete for the best martini. Join us at the River Center Thursday, February 19th. Tickets are $50 each. To purchase tickets, visit havelife.org. Brought to you by these sponsors.
Now's the time to get a super night's sleep at a great price from Denver Mattress. Choose between two of our best mattresses. Get a Richmond or Telluride queen set for just $9.99. Better tomorrow, start tonight at Denver Mattress, your adjustable bed headquarters.
Patriots quarterback Tom Brady won his record-tying 3rd Super Bowl MVP award today, leading New England to the come-from-behind victory in Super Bowl 49. The Patriots become the first Super Bowl team to overcome a 10-point deficit in the 4th quarter, and Brady ties his childhood idol Joe Montana with his 4th Super Bowl victory. Here's what he had to say after such a frantic finish.
It wasn't the way we drew it up. Certainly throwing a couple picks didn't help, but it was a great, lot of mental toughness. Our team's had it all year, and we never doubted each other, so, you know, for the most part, we played pretty good. Our defense, I mean, what can you say about them making the play at the end of the game? That was incredible, so it was a great team win.
As for Seattle, the Seahawks were just 1 yard away from back-to-back Super Bowl championships. Instead, Seattle will spend a lot of time wondering about what could have been had it not been for this questionable play call, a pass play instead of a handoff to running back Marshawn Lynch.
I told those guys that's my fault totally. You know, we could, because everybody just, why don't you just run it? You know, just that's a real good thought. But we had plenty of time to win a game, and we would have, in our minds, we thought we'd done it on 3rd and 4th down.
Sunday was also a super day for Geneseo High School senior Lane Akery. The football standout announces on Twitter that he will join the Iowa Hawkeyes as a walk-on fullback.
All right, the snow is winding down. The wind will subside by morning time, but it'll be a cold start. Temperature of 1, wind chills below 0, and only back to the teens tomorrow. At least we get some sun and not much wind, so cleanup can begin.
Quite a mess
Yeah,
out
we
there.
need that.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, thanks for letting me sit in with you tonight.
Well, thanks for doing it. Thank you for joining us. Your next news at 4:30 tomorrow. Good night.